Hello friends, my name is Rachel. I'm one of the coaches at SSA. I'm going to walk you through how to use MyFitnessPal with the macros that you have. So right off the hop, I am searching Google Play. If you have an Apple phone, search the App Store, but search MyFitnessPal, and this is the one that I'm just going to show you with. I've used LifeSum before at the top there. There's a few others, but for me, I just feel like MyFitnessPal is just pretty simple and straightforward. So right off the hop, you're going to create an account and your dashboard is going to look like this. So you're going to go to the bottom right where it says more, scroll down and click goals. So I have had this account since 2019, so disregard the top piece. Anything you adjust here is just going to change the calories and macros for you based on their calculator, etc. But if you're going to enter in the ones that we helped create for you, then just ignore that piece altogether. You're going to go down to nutrition goals. So with the free MyFitnessPal, it doesn't let you change to the gram, so you got to be as close to the gram as possible. So let's say your calories are about 1800, or I believe mine are 1850. So it'll show you the grams right there. Oops, get myself out of the way. So 231, 93, 62 is what they've calculated. So let's say the protein is going to be a little bit higher. So we're going to, wrong column. You'll see above it shows protein there, 115 grams. Bring it down to the fats and bring the carbs down. So it says at the bottom, macronutrients must equal 100%. So that lets you play around. Okay, so if I bump up this to 30%, maybe I'll bump it up one more. So it's giving me 185 grams carbs, 115 grams protein, 71 grams of fat for the calories that I set out. So I'm going to click OK. So playing with that to get your specific macros is how to set it up. Otherwise, just monitor your days total if you're finding that's a little bit too challenging. For me, I basically just go off of the calories and the protein that I'm hitting that, and then as I get towards the end of the day, I know whether I can have more carbs or more fat depending on what is left. So going back to the beginning, today I've already entered in some of my food. So I had some rice crackers to start. I'm a little sick, so my morning breakfast is a little bit off, but I had a hankering for some nachos, so I entered in the serving size, which I weighed out on my scale, about 28 chips. I had about 30 grams of shredded cheese, quarter of a cup of salsa, and I threw on some beef and I melted that and it was delicious. So this is the amount of calories I have for the day. Adding food looks like this. You can type in your food. So let's say sweet potatoes. Say you baked sweet potato, you weighed it on the scale. I usually go by grams because it's a lot easier to adjust in smaller amounts. So I'm going to type, I had 150 grams. Press go. And then you can choose which meal you would like to go into. You can also change what your meals are called if you don't want to go by meal numbers. You could label it breakfast, lunch, snack, whatever. And let's say I had chicken. Ooh. Can you tell I have some of my son's nuggets? They show up here. Chickenosauruses. So good. Chicken, and I will sometimes type USDA, as that is the proper USDA database macro profile for that food. So 4 ounces. Sometimes if you click the heading down here, you can go to grams. So let's say I had 100 grams. That looks about right. And then I'm going to go back to my main screen. So meal number 2, I ideally would have more in this meal, but I'm just showing you for the sake of showing you. Maybe you would add mayo, like if you had a tablespoon and a half. That would bump the calories up. And good to dip those fries in, especially if you had chipotle sauce to mix in with the mayo. So yeah, that is the meal adding. If you are going to add something and you're in a little bit of a hurry, you can always scan the barcode. So it brings up the scanner. If this had a barcode, you would just hold it up there, and then it would read it. And it's a really quick way to be able to like pull up a food without having to type it all in and to get very precise on what that food is. Going back to more, let's see, settings, can we do diary settings? There we go. I believe this is where, oh yeah, you can customize your meal names. So this is where you can go in and label the first one, maybe, whoops, breakfast. Oh, can I type? No. Breakfast. Snack number 1. Lunch. Snack number 2. Drinks, or maybe sauces. I don't know. You can also choose, I believe, how many meals you want to show in the day. Let's see how that looks. Lunch, snack 2. Perfect. It looks great. So that is how you track your macros in the day. And another thing you want to be mindful of is MyFitnessPal will add in exercise calories. If you can see at the top there, it'll add in exercise calories for you. So if you're connected to your smartwatch or any kind of tracker, it will give you back calories to eat. While that is helpful to make sure you're eating enough, in the case of calculating your deficit using your metabolic rate and just how active you are in a day, you don't need to worry about that. So ignore that and hit the goal calories. Oh, when you click in this menu as well, so clicking on the top bar, if you go to macros, nutrients, you'll be able to see the total for the day. So remember in the beginning where I said sometimes you can't get specific with the macros that you want MyFitnessPal to help you target. So in this case, you could get even more specific if you know off the top of your head, okay, my goal was 119, but it says 116, so I know I'm going to be closer to 5 over that goal. So using that to better look into how you're doing for the day is helpful. Oops, how did I get out of here? But all in all, I like MyFitnessPal. It's easy to use, helps you be consistent, and is flexible with adjusting how you want the layout to be. And yeah, thanks for watching. Good luck tracking your macros.